Hi, everybody. I'm Andi Matheny, head honcho of the Andi Matheny Acting Studios, and this is a relaxation video for actors. Now, I know there are lots of videos out there about relaxation and meditation, but this video is specifically for actors because it targets those areas of tension that are preventing you from doing your best work. And if you're out there auditioning for film and TV, you know how competitive that market is and how important it is to always send in your best audition. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to do a little bit of explanation, and then I'll get to the relaxation part. And because this is a video that you're probably going to want to bookmark and visit a lot, the next time you're here, you can just skip straight to the relaxation. And speaking of bookmarks, I am creating this content so you can reach the next level of your career. And I would really appreciate it if you would take 1 second and hit like and subscribe so that I can continue producing these videos and you can continue on with your career. Okay, enough about me. So why is it important for us to be relaxed before we work? Well, the great acting teacher Lee Strasberg said that tension is the actor's greatest enemy because it blocks access to our emotional life. And emotional life, that's your greatest asset as an actor. So what happens when you're relaxed? Well, all of your channels open up. You have complete access to all of your emotional life. You have a looseness of movement. You have a spontaneity about you. You're able to listen and respond without tightening up and freaking out about your dialogue. In other words, you're present. You're in a state of flow. And that state of flow is exactly where you want to be to do your best work. Now we're going to get to the relaxation part. Now, most of us are tense everywhere most of the time, but I'm going to focus on 4 specific areas because these are the areas of tension that really block us and prevent us from relaxing and doing our best work. The first area is our face, our head, and our neck. Second area is our shoulders. Third area is our solar plexus or diaphragm area. If you cough, that's where that is. And the fourth area is our hips and our lower back, which I'm not going to show you on camera, but you know where yours is. I should also mention the bonus area, our brain, but I'm going to get to that later in the relaxation, so make sure you stick around for that. Now, as we're going through this process, feel free to pause this video at any time if you want to linger in a particular area or take some more time, because I want you to use this video the way it helps you the best. All right, are you ready? Cue the music. I have to have music for this relaxation video because it's a relaxation video. Go ahead and sit or lie down, and wherever you are, let that take the weight of your body. Have the image of your body softening and melting like warm wax. Close your eyes and take in a nice long inhale through your nose and allow your belly to expand. I know we're taught to suck in our stomachs, so don't worry about that now. Just let it relax and hang out and really enjoy how that feels. That inhale is going to feel so good and so nourishing that your belly is going to hang on to it for a couple of seconds. And now exhale audibly through your mouth. All we're doing now is breathing and allowing your body to do what it does naturally, taking in air deep into our abdomen and exhaling. And what you're going to notice is each time you take a breath, there's going to be a longer interval between your inhale and your exhale. So after you exhale, there may be a few seconds pause before your next inhale. And that's great because that means your body is relaxing. Continue to breathe and just allow yourself to find your own rhythm. Now I'm going to invite you to have the image that every time you inhale, you're inhaling white, cleansing light, and when you exhale, you're exhaling tension. You can even imagine that tension as gray smoke leaving your body, so that every time you inhale, you're breathing in more white light, and that gray tension gets lighter with every breath. And now that you're breathing more deeply and becoming more relaxed, I want you to think of your entire torso as an inner tube that expands 360 degrees. So it's not just your abdomen expanding, but you're taking air in all the way around your sides and your lower back. Continue to breathe and enjoy that feeling of expansion. So let's visit that first area of tension, which is your face, your head, and your neck. So right now, nobody's looking at you. Just scrunch up your face tight for several seconds. Tight, 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 tight. And release it. Open your jaw, move it side to side. Stick out your tongue wide. You can take your fingers and lightly massage your face. And during all of this, you're continuing to breathe. And you can intentionally breathe into your face to release the tension. Now, move your head slowly towards one shoulder. Think of your ear making its way down to the shoulder, only taking it as far as it feels comfortable. Enjoying the stretch down the other side of your neck, shoulders, arm, and hand. If you want to get more of a stretch, you can hold that hand out. Hold that for a few seconds. And then when you're ready, go to the other side. And while you're doing this, you can breathe intentionally into your neck area while you're doing all of this, and imagine that tension leaving with each exhale. Do this as long as you'd like, and when you're ready, you can point your head downward, and you can roll it side to side, just like a pendulum, just giving your neck a nice stretch. And then when you're ready, let's move to your shoulders. So you can do a really exaggerated shoulder roll, rolling your shoulders around towards the back. Do that several times. And if it feels good, you can switch direction. And I love bringing both shoulders up to my ears and tensing up really, really tight for a few seconds, and then letting them drop. You're going to have a big exhale of tension after you do that. And you can do that several times now. You can do it anytime during the day. I really love doing that while I'm driving. And now let's go to your solar plexus area that I pointed out. That's where you cough. So lightly put your fingers on that area. And on your next inhale, intentionally breathe into it and feel your diaphragm expand down towards your abdomen. So in a sense, you're stretching your diaphragm and relaxing it. And then exhale. If you're someone who holds your emotions there, which I do, this should really feel good. It's also the place of vocal power. So when you're doing a scene that demands power, you can do this right before to release tension in that area. Now, whenever you're ready, just lean forward and move your hands towards the floor. Do this really slowly and safely. Enjoy the stretch in your lower back. And intentionally breathe into your lower back for a few seconds. And when you feel a nice stretch, and you've inhaled and exhaled a couple of times, you can make your way back. And now sitting back in your chair, you can roll your hips like you're doing a hula, first one way for a few seconds, and now you can roll your hips back the other. Continuing to breathe, enjoying this release of tension. All right, so here's the bonus area, your brain. I want you to imagine your thoughts racing inside your head. and just observe them for a few seconds. They could look like movies or flashes of images or pictures. They can be like audio sound bites. Just observe them like you're sitting on a park bench, watching them like you're watching a parade marching by. And on your next inhale and then exhale, I want you to have the image of exhaling your thoughts outside of your head so that they're dangling in front of your nose. Now that you've done that, feel that calmness of being open and present. And now that your body has taken in this cleansing air, you've been breathing in white light and breathing out tension, and you've loosened up those areas where you carry your tension. Just sit for a few seconds and enjoy this feeling. Now I want you to have the image of a golden ball of light that's floating right above your head, and imagine it melting on top of your head and making its way through your body, down your face, your neck, shoulders and arms and fingers, down your chest, your belly, your hips, your legs, your calves, ankles and feet, and toes. You might feel a tingling sensation. That's completely normal. Just enjoy this for a few seconds. And whenever you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and toes. You can lightly tap one arm with the fingers of the opposite hand, and then tap the other. You can lightly tap your face, open your mouth wide, and whenever you're ready, open your eyes. I'm back. How do you feel? Relaxed? Ready to do your best work? Good. Come back here as often as you need to, because you actually need it more than you think you do. I hope you enjoyed this. Now, I create this content for my students and for all the actors out there who are serious about doing great work and want to get to the next level. So thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you later.